Hello everybody, this is Yousef. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we're gonna make a Zereshk Polo with more, which is a Barberry rice with a chicken. Traditionally make that with a half a chicken and saute with the onion and a little bit of spices and saffron. But tonight I'm gonna make it my way, which is Cornish Hen, and it's gonna be in an oven. It takes more time, but it's worth it. Okay, we are going to go over the ingredients. The main thing is a chicken, which I use 2 Cornish hen, and rice, 3.5 cup of rice already washed and clean, 1 cup of barberry, which is washed also, half a cup raisin, which I'm going to use it because it's give him a little bit sweetness to the barberry, and I like that. About 1 tablespoon sugar. Some saffron, about 50 gram of butter, room temperature, 1 lime, which is actually is from my own tree, and some olive oil, about 1.5 teaspoon salt, 1.5 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon black pepper, half a teaspoon red pepper, chili pepper, half a teaspoon garlic powder, and half a teaspoon onion powder, and some rosemary also from my garden, and some chopped. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna mix all the ingredients together first, and then I show you how to use that. We're gonna add about like a 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and the rest of the ingredients all goes in there, which is salt, paprika, black pepper, red pepper, garlic and onion powder, and some of the chopped rosemary. And also this is the time that I'm gonna put this butter into that, and we mix them all together. I put a little bit of saffron, and also I'm going to put the 1 whole lime juice into this, but I'm not going to throw this all away because this one is going to go to the cavity of the chicken. Okay, now again mix this two very well together. So if this is ready that to apply to our chicken, and the way that it is supposed to go in there, just put your finger and separate the skin from the meat like this, each side. Okay, and then take some of this with your hand and go through and rub it inside just like this. And also the chicken itself, rub it very well. Okay, don't be scared, use your both hand and rub it well. Same thing with the other one. As I said, don't throw this away and put it in the cavity of the chicken, and it gives you lots of flavor and aroma. I'm trying to just close this by making a little bit hole in this skin and put the leg through this like this, and the other one goes over in here, and I make a hole and push the end of the leg through it, and this is gonna stay like this. We do the same thing here with the other one. It is messy, but you gotta do it, and don't worry about it because you're gonna wash your hand anyway. And something about the chicken, always make sure that you wash your hand through before you just touch anything else's. So I'm almost done. It's right here. I'm gonna be ready for going to the oven. 350 degree already preheated the oven, and this is what it is. I'm gonna go wash my hand and come back. Okay, we all done with the marinating this one and rubbing. Now I'm gonna go to the oven for 350 degree for about 45 minutes. Before I go there, I just put this very loosely on the top for, as I said, 45 minutes. Then I show you what we have to do later. While our chicken are cooking in the oven, I'm gonna go and prepare our rice. The rice, as I said, is been washed and cleaned, about 3.5 cups of rice, and there is a water in a pot in the stove. So I'm gonna go and put this in that, and those people, they already saw how to make the rice. They know. If you don't, so just watch it carefully and do it the same way. So I'm gonna put it in there, and just as soon as it start boiling for a few minutes, not to be cooked all the way, maybe a little bit more than half a way, then we have to drain the water and put it back to the pot and let it cook for another, half an hour or so. And now that's what I'm gonna do. Going to that. And for every 1 cup of the rice, you can use like 4 cups of water to be just enough to raise the rice in there. So at this time, I'm gonna add salt, which is about like a 4 or 5 tablespoons of the salt, because we're gonna drain it anyway. So don't worry about the rice, that if it's more than what you think. Now don't put the lid on, let it boil, and watch at the time that is just for the draining. We're gonna come back and I show you when should be. Also, is a good time to make our barber ready. Just put about like a 2 or 3 spoon of butter in this. Okay, so we just let the butter melted in that. As soon as it start melting, you can add the barberry, and as I said, I'm just doing a little bit twist also here, which I'm gonna add some raisin to it, because the barberry is a little bit sour, so it takes the sourness and give them a very nice sweetness to it. So this has been already washed and cleaned, and is about 1 cup of the barberry, which has been washed and cleaned. I add this in here, and saute at the same time. It is also a good practice if you put 1 tablespoon sugar to it. And it's a time for me to add the raisin also. And this is optional. It's not something that everybody does, but sugar, everybody put it in. You should do that too. But about the raisin, totally is up to you. We like it this way, me, my family. It's almost done, and now it's a time for saffron to add it to get a beautiful color. And we turn off the heat now. It looks like it's a time for draining the water on the rice, because it's boiling and it's just been cooked enough for almost halfway. It's not complete, but we drain to get the excess salt out of it and put it back in the pot again to cook about half an hour or so, and the rice is going to be ready. Add about like a 4 to 6 spoon of oil, and just about like a 2 or 3 spoon also water. Let it get warm a little bit, and it's not too bad if you just put the dash of saffron to make it a colorful tahdig when you want to serve it. And now we are going to put the rice back to this pot. What I did here, I just prepared some potatoes, which is not, you have to do this, the optional, we like that. Some people loves it, tahdig with the potato. And I already prepared 2 potatoes, and I sliced them the way that you're looking at it. And everybody asking for it. The first thing they wanted when they're serving the food, they want tahdig. Okay, now it's a time for just put the rice back to the pot. Just very slowly. You can make a few holes into that for breathing, and the steams come out, because from now then it's going to be cooked by the steam. And we put it back to the fire, and this time we put it in a high for about like 6 or 7 minutes, then reduce the heat to the medium low. It's been on a high heat for 6-7 minutes, and steaming pretty well. As I said, the rest of it has to be cooked by the steaming. So I'm going to put a kitchen cloth under the lid and just go back to top like this, so it doesn't let the steam goes out, and also at the same time it doesn't let it go back to the rice and make it mushy. So it has to be long and separate. So we let it be here about like a 20 to 25 minutes, and we go back and take a look at it. I think it should be done, and we're going to check our chicken to, because I think it's 45 minutes, a few more minutes. It's going to be 45 minutes. We're going to go and check on that one to see how they're doing. It has been 45 minutes that we put the chicken in the oven, and it's the time to take the aluminum foil out of that and start basting it. It looks great already. Okay, we should do this frequently for another 45 minutes, and every 10 minutes, 6 minutes, we should basting it till it's been completely done. It looks ready. Let's bring them to the dishes. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I think it's a time to eating before it gets cold. See you next time.